Hey guys, Alex from 7th Hour Films back again with Prison Break. Last time on Prison Break we had Riots, Drills, and the Devil Part 1, where basically Michael needed to do some work drilling through to the old sewer system, but to do that he needed uninterrupted time, basically. And so they decided to get the prison on lockdown, and it started to work. Unfortunately, Teabag turned the lockdown into a riot. Many people are being beaten up. There are inmates that are trying to attack the doctor, Dr. Sarah, and Teabag also now knows of the escape plan, as well as one of the officers there, Officer Bob, and what else? Also, Lincoln is going to be, he's basically walking right into a trap, and we did have a little bit of Veronica with Nick, and she doesn't really trust him, but she's still going with him, and they're on their way to DC to track basically a call for the case. And where last we left off, Michael was on his way to the infirmary to save Dr. Sarah. So, yeah. This is where I say no spoilers, and we should just go ahead and see what's going to be happening here in part 2 of this interesting story. Here we go.
Man killed the vice president's brother.
Why you want to see Boros so bad anyhow?
Because he's my brother. I'm getting you out of here.
We should count how many episodes it is of
seen the blueprints.
This specific recap.
Got him on me.
And now scenes from last week's episode.
Constantly coming up here for count. Won't let me do what I need to do to get through.
Now scenes from last week's episode. Just, you were already doing a recap. Just do the recap. By the way, Dominic Purcell and Wentworth Miller, I don't see them as Captain Cold and Heatwave anymore. I see them as Michael Schofield and Lincoln Burrows. And the next time I watch Legends, it's going to be very strange.
Going back in?
Not yet. We cut the water off about an hour ago. The stink alone should drive him out of there.
You think that's gonna work?
No, but it's protocol. We're all gonna do this by the book.
We got Bob.
That's like the perfect name for him.
Tell him we got her.
Why don't you do it?
Because fuck you, I'm John Abruzzi. Yeah.
The girl doctor!
The doctor? Only one.
Yeah.
We gotta get her out of there. Somebody's got to go in there now.
We can't do it, sir.
Why not?
It's not by the book.
Oh, fuck. Oh, fucking Turk. He's so jacked. He's gonna sneak up on you. Oh! He snuck up on you! Oh, come on, Lincoln, you can take this guy right! Ah, oh, dang it. Credits. Oh! Oh, okay, I thought he was gonna chuck him over. Try to go for the eyes. Okay, he got out.
Sorry. I'll be back.
Ugh.
Don't worry. I'll come for you.
Oh, put the sheet up.
Don't worry, CO, all right? I'm not gonna hurt nobody. I'm part of the team now.
Hope you're right. What Michael says goes.
Help a brother out.
They still haven't busted through those windows. These guys suck. And I don't want them to, but they're just windows. Like, she has to get through, like, iron bars and stuff. Oh, I assume the governor is here.
Oh, this here must be your daughter.
Put it back.
Prom?
Oh, fucking teabag.
I'll be very clear here, because you and I face an evolutionary gap.
Oh.
You ain't gonna hurt this man We're locked into this thing now. Understand?
God.
Based on the leverage we have.
Yeah. The amount of ham is incredible. I love John. I love Teabag.
You let me know when you're done with your leverage.
Oh, God, and everyone has to be drenched in sweat all the friggin' time. Smoker? Oh, okay, they're just gonna burn shit. She could probably put that out. That looks like the easiest thing on God's green earth to put out. Ugh. Ugh, good job.
Come on. Grab my hand.
This is the time to trust him.
Come on.
All you have to do is follow me. Okay,
And then never question how I know any of this.
let's go.
Oh, I mean, this is a traumatizing, like, situation she was in. She can get out. She's good.
Where'd she go?
Where'd she go? These fucking voices are amazing. There's so much ham. I love it.
What are you doing?
We have to go, come on.
No, Dad might be in trouble.
Your father's already in trouble. There's nothing we can do about it.
Not the best thing.
Make a scene, okay? He gets very uncomfortable with this thing. Let's just go.
Oh, God forbid, man.
Oh, good for
Talking
you.
about my old man here and his life.
And how was
All
that?
right with you.
Leave me out of this.
I am leaving you out of it. I left you out of it the day I met you.
Okay,
Damn.
In her life, the kind of crap you have to deal with.
LJ, you want to talk?
Oh, you got no clue, do you?
You really is starting to Christian Bale.
Leave me alone! Get off me! You don't touch me!
Stop it!
Stop, boy.
Stop!
Okay, he...
Go upstairs, LJ, now! Go!
You know what? Fuck you.
You love that man.
Do what I say.
Fuck you. Fuck that guy. Oh shit, Turk angry. He has a pipe now.
Why? Why?
Ah! Well, don't matter now. Is he dead or is he just out? No. Well, he's dead. Poor Sucre. Although he's kind of in the best position right now.
Who's your friend?
But, gee.
He says that if you poke the exact right holes in something big and strong, it gets very weak.
That's true.
That is true.
The wall is weak.
God, everyone is so fucking wet.
Been to Thailand? Thailand's great.
I thought you were trying to calm me down. You're doing a terrible job.
But I am trying.
But you have heard of me.
One of my first assignments on PI, we were up here cleaning out toxic mold.
Oh,
Took
good
days,
job.
So I'm kind of familiar with the layout.
Hope you wore a mask.
No. Kick him. Yeah! Kick him! But that confirms where they are.
I don't care if it takes a massacre to get her out of there. Do you
No.
understand me? Now, if you're not gonna do it, I am.
Sir.
Whatever it takes.
Spread the news.
Keep him in a chokehold. Oh! Good shot. Oh, she knows all their weaknesses. She treated them.
Warden Pope's a good guy, don't get me wrong. But he doesn't understand that sometimes you gotta grab the situation by the gonads and take control.
Oh, God damn it, Bellic.
No, I mean it. You eat one sleeping and you'll hit the gas pipe. Gas pipe? Yeah, you know us, and pipe that carries the gas.
Uh-oh. No power, you can't see where you're drilling.
When I was her age, I had such bad skin. Oh.
Oh, fucking teabag.
acne, they call it.
Nah. Yeah. I grew a beard. That's how I got around that.
You should listen to Captain Bellick and gas the whole block.
Captain Bellick?
He's right on the front line. He knows what these guys can do. You better pray that Sarah gets out of there in one piece.
I do, Governor, but this is still my prison. Whatever happens, I take full responsibility. Excuse me.
Oh, Pope's gonna go knock some heads. Hey, it's working. Yay! Ah, it's like the Count of Monte Cristo.
Number 8. Affirmative. I've got him in sight.
No, don't shoot Michael.
You have to go.
I can't. They'll kill you.
What else can you do? Ugh. Oh, gosh.
Go!
Oh! Yeah, shoot them instead.
Why, what's the problem?
It's a payphone.
Ah. Damn it.
This is it, 11th and Constitution.
Anyone could have made that call.
Any one of the million people who pass through here every day.
That's true.
That's empty.
What about that?
Federal Energy Commission, that's interesting.
Yeah, that is interesting.
Terrence Stedman's company.
That's right.
Oh, that's not good. It's never good when a payphone rings.
As of now, both of you are dead.
Come on, let's go.
Oh, gosh.
Where's Mike?
Should be on his way back. It's for people just punching whoever they can. Ah. Okay.
Where have you been?
Eh.
I was tense. I was just...
Next time you badmouth me to one of my superiors, there are going to be serious consequences.
Next time.
Myself clear, Captain.
Yes, sir.
Oh, shit. Oh. Oh. This is exactly the same as when Michael talked to the Pope about transfers.
I told you when you took this job, I knew something like this was going to happen. Didn't I? I knew something like this was going to happen.
God, Dad, how about I'm happy to see you alive?
Nah, yeah, save the I told you so for later,
See
man.
what you're doing to yourself. I mean, there is nobody that is forcing you to be here.
I know. Thanks, Dad.
Yeah, thanks. Words of encouragement.
All right.
You gonna let him walk out that front door? That ain't for you to decide. After all he sees.
So are we just gonna, like, leave right now?
Forget about it.
Just
Okay.
forget about it, all right?
We're not leaving right now. But everyone back to their cells. Oh, teabag. Teabag, why? Oh. Dang it, teabag.
Why'd your department assign inmates on PI to do a toxic mold removal project?
What toxic mold project?
Oh, dang it.
In the crawl space in A-Wing.
We'd never assign inmates to do that.
Dang
Okay,
it.
sorry.
No problem.
Sarah's too clever. Now she'll be suspicious. Is that it? Yep. Oh. What an episode, man. Alrighty, that's episode 7. Okay, well. That was, a lot. Wow. Goodness me. You can understand why that needed to be a 2-parter, definitely. Oh, Sarah. Oh, Dr. Sarah. Oh, she's too smart. She's so smart. Of course she would figure that out. Maybe if they do... Maybe if she won't try to stop him? I don't know. I think she knows that Michael is a good man, but if she sees that John Abruzzi and Teabag are escaping too, she'd probably object. Oh, excuse me. Holy Toledo. These 2 episodes were insane, man. What a riot. Like, I almost don't remember what we used to do before these riots, you know? And again, this was just another piece of the plan, you know? This was just another piece of the plan. What's next? What are we doing next with this plan? What are we doing next? Well, let's hope whatever is next in Michael's plan doesn't involve a full-scale riot. Okay. Let's see. I guess we can group some of these together. Grouping some of these together, some of my notes together. The first thing is by the book, which is interesting. That was very interesting. You know, it's the difference of philosophies between the Warden and Bellick, which, you know, we've had the distinct difference between the two of them. That Bellick is a lot tougher than the Pope is, but it's interesting to see, you know, like, okay, so the Pope is doing everything by the book, you know? He's cutting off water supply. He's trying to quell this by the book before, you know, they just go in guns blazing. So that was interesting. And then we get more of that with the governor. We get a bit more of that with the governor, how, you know, because of what happened with Sarah, knowing that Sarah was in danger. I do like that at that point, once they realized it, that the Pope was saying, like, oh, okay, well, maybe we should do these other things, and Bellick pointed out that's not by the book, you know, that's not protocol. So I like the word protocol, by the way. I don't know what it is, just something so nice about it. Protocol. Ugh. Anyway, so that was interesting, and then we get the talk with the governor, you know, because he wants to do whatever it takes, and Bellick basically goes in and says, and he basically asserts himself as, hey, you like getting things done no matter what, you know, you want to treat these people, you want to treat these criminals like the criminals they are, basically, you want to be tough on them. I also want to do that, but the Pope isn't like that, which is interesting because, you know, you would almost think that he's trying to, he really is just undermining the Pope's authority at that point. But it's interesting too because the Pope is already going to recommend Bellick as the next warden, you know? He said, when I retire, I think you should take my place. But you need to work on your people skills. I don't know. Like, that it's basically what he said, you know. So he already wants Bellick to take over when he's done. But Bellick is basically going in there and undermining his authority. And I like, you know, the Pope figuring that out. Is like, you basically went behind my back to undermine my authority with the governor. And it's interesting because this is the exact same thing that Bellick called out Michael on, you know, when he was trying to get rid of Haywire, he went to the Pope and was like, hey, maybe you could get Haywire out of my cell, you know, make sure he's not my cellmate. And then the warden said, well, that's Officer Bellick's job. And then, you know, we got that scene with Bellick saying, hey, don't go behind my back to the Pope if you have an issue, you know? So it's interesting that it's basically the exact same thing he accused Michael of, you know? Bellick is just an interesting character, you know? Because, like we said, you know, there is you sort of have to, like, take both of their perspectives on how to do this. That, you know, Bellick is more on the punishment side of imprisonment, whereas the Pope, the warden, is more on the side of rehabilitation. He's even said that. He's more on the side of rehabilitation. But you kind of sit here and it's like, okay, well, which one is more correct? And I like they basically show the flaws of each of those, you know, because Bellick, you kind of sit here like, okay, well, Bellick, do we really, you know, this guy's very, you know, he's very harsh, you know, maybe he's not the right way. But then you see people, you know, you see inmates like, you know, those guys that were completely ready to rape Dr. Sarah, or inmates like Teabag, or, you know, Teabag, who started this riot. You see these different really horrible people they have in this jail, and it's like, well, maybe we need Officer Bellick to be tough on them. But then you get other inmates like Lincoln and Michael, and then, you know, Sucre, Charles, and just a number of them, even, like, maybe to an extent John, to a very small extent John. You know, he's not really a troublemaker like Teabag is, but he's not exactly, you know, a good person necessarily. So, you know, John, to the very slightest extent, and you think, well, okay, you shouldn't treat them like you would treat people like Teabag, you know? So then you side more with the warden. You side more towards the rehabilitation, you know, I guess the humane side of it. But then on others, you're like, oh, fucking maybe Officer Bellick is right, you know? So I like that it is a bit of a back and forth, you know? Because, and you really want to lean towards the Pope, basically, but I can honestly see there are some cases where it's like, you know what, maybe Bellick needs to go do some of his thing. The problem is Bellick wants to do that on everyone, and that's not right. Bellick and his methods really need to be reserved for people like, basically, Teabag, you know? Teabag and some of his cronies, but not everyone is like Teabag and his cronies. Case in point, Michael Schofield, Sucre, you know, even, and again, to the slightest extent, John, because John's a very interesting character as well, because he's not, it's like, yes, you know, he is bad guy. He is bad guy, as they would say in Wreck-It Ralph. He is bad guy. But at the same time, he's not a troublemaker like Teabag is. Yes, he's in there. Yes, he's not a good person. Yes, he's obviously a criminal and probably deserves to be in prison. But at the same time, he's not a troublemaker. He didn't take advantage of the riot, you know. He didn't start the riot. He didn't take advantage of it like the others were doing, like the people in the inmates in sick bay. I guess. Well, have they said sick bay? I don't know, the infirmary, but you guys get... Sorry, I sort of switched back to Star Trek for a sec. But yeah, so that's the thing. And you know, and again, we've seen bad things from John as well, but he's not... It's one of those things where it's like, you know, I guess because he's on our side now, we kind of look at him and it's like, well, obviously he's not the worst. It's like we were given John Abruzzi and we were like, okay, this guy, you know, he's not a good guy and stuff like that. But I guess it's when you put him against Teabag that it's like, okay, we can work with John at least, you know? We can work with John, and, you know, he's not a loose cannon that we have to worry about. So yeah, all of that, very, very interesting. I did also, I literally wrote down ham, because, and I don't mean this in a bad way, but these actors, you can tell how much fun every single person is having in their scenes, you know? Like, and it makes me wonder, like, for like the actors for like Veronica and Nick and like some of these other actors, do you think some of them wish they were in the prison just hamming it up? Because a lot of these characters like would it's so interesting to see how much concentrated ham occurs when there is a conversation either with John Abruzzi or T-Bag or both. It is ridiculous, and I love watching it. You know, they are so ridiculous and so fun, but they're really, really good too, you know? And so it does kind of make me wonder, you know, like the closest of the non-inmates that can kind of get that sort of almost ridiculous sense about them, I think would be Bellick. I think Bellick, because he can get so intense, you know, and he starts insulting, he's like, oh, well, I don't know, T-Bag, you know, like he kind of has that going, so he kind of gets his moments, but I wonder if like every other actor is just like, man, I wish I was hamming it up like these inmates, like look at these people, they have to constantly be drenched for this, you know, for the plot. I'm sure they're like before every take they're being doused by water bottles basically. So I'm sure that, you know, it's like, okay, we're all soaking wet and we just have to ham it up, and then we have to ham it up to each other. Do you think every other actor is like, wish I was in that scene, man, I wish I was going nuts for the camera, you know? So I love that so much. Especially John and T-Bag are the craziest of them, where they just like they're kind of like the way they move and stuff, and the way they talk, and they're drenched in water. It's ridiculous. I love it. I guess the next thing to sort of group together would be Sarah's stuff. That was interesting, just the escape from the infirmary and going through the pipes and stuff. I was, you know, immediately it's like, oh yeah, we'll go through the pipes. And I said, yeah, just don't ask me how I know about all this. And she did, and unfortunately she was able to break through that lie, because she thought it was weird to have inmates do toxic mold removal. Which I mean, that's the thing, you know, we have shown that while Michael has planned everything near flawlessly, he's not the greatest at improv, you know? He can't really improvise too well. Now, the whole thing with saving Dr. Sarah, that was good. There's at least that was actually good. He was able to get her out of there. Even when he was about to be shot, he got her out of there and managed to get himself out as well. But that lie didn't work because the lie was sus, I suppose. And she was suspicious of that lie, basically, the line he told her. And because she asked about it, now she knows, okay, he was lying. How did he know how to get through the pipes and stuff? So yeah. And that's the thing we've always kind of said, you know, we've always kind of said, I guess since she learned that Michael and Lincoln are brothers, I've kind of been sitting here, it's like, okay, this girl is smart, you know, this woman is very smart. She is going to figure this out, you know? So I do like all of that, and it was just nice, I guess, just sort of a nice moment between the two of them escaping, you know? So, oh goodness me, I'm sorry, hang on. Are you freaking, just go away. Okay, I'm sorry. This is completely off topic. I use NordVPN for my Doctor Who reactions now, and it's pissing me the hell off. So, sorry, it just sort of popped up, and it annoyed me really quickly. So, all that stuff with Sarah was good. I guess the rest of this is all just sort of one-off topics. We had that scene with LJ, which was interesting. Which I'm 100% on LJ's side in this. Like, that was ridiculous. You know, like, okay, the whole thing of like, okay, you know, hey, don't worry about it. Like, that was one thing, but it escalated so quickly, and I love, again, sort of talk about a scene with some ham, you know, because he was immediately like, oh, good for you. Let's not make a scene, huh? And how was that? It's like he was literally turning into the Christian Bale rant. Oh, that was really funny. But yeah, when he was like, oh, I'm sorry, my dad could be in danger, but no, let's not worry about that for the sake of some dude you're dating, So that was really, really interesting. And yeah, just her yelling at him, and then the guy just hitting him, and then her being like, you go to your room, and it's like, well, screw you! Like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? You're angry at him, and I'm sure, the scene cut, I'm going to assume that she then either kicked that guy out or kicked him in the nuts or something. I'm going to hope she did, because that guy needs to leave immediately. But her yelling at LJ, like, no, I'm completely on LJ's side. Get out of here with your garbage. So there was that. We did break through into the old sewer system, which is good. And I didn't realize that. So the thing with calculating like where you needed to drill, I didn't realize that it was specifically that there were gas pipes around where they were trying to make that entrance. I thought it was that, oh, well, if he's wrong, then where they're drilling is one of the pipes, like just a giant pipe, basically, that they're drilling into. But that wasn't the case. You had to be careful of the pipes around it. So, but they did break through, and we are one step closer to escaping Fox River. Of course, this is only episode 7. There's 22 episodes in this season, and this is season 1 of 5, so who knows? Who knows? I am getting the feeling that this first season is going to be about breaking out, and then the rest of the show is... it must just be like, oh, what happens next? What happens after they get out of Fox River, So, we'll see. Then, I guess the last 2 things to talk about. The first is the payphone, which was interesting. I'm starting to believe that... I'm definitely going to believe that Nick is okay, that he's a good guy now, especially after, part of that call. Now, maybe they still, they said that in case Veronica was listening, but, in case she could hear that, but I'm going to go ahead and say that Nick is a good guy. Which, good. I would like for Frank Grillo to be a good guy, So, but yeah, that whole thing of, they're watching, they know where you're going, and whenever there's a call, whenever a payphone rings, it's a bad thing, So yeah, that was interesting and, a little spooky, but still. And then the last thing to really talk about is Bob. Bob's dead, unfortunately. Took one for the team. Again, Michael, not really good at improvising, and yeah, he just basically just trusted Teabag not to do anything. Although I imagine the cop, Bob wouldn't have said anything, So yeah, but yeah, a man is now dead because of this plan. So this is going to be tricky. I feel like we're going to have to do something about Teabag. I don't know what, maybe not kill him or anything, but I feel like something is going to happen. There's going to be some sort of confrontation with Teabag. I don't know. Things are very difficult. And we thought, maybe John would be a bit difficult because, he's more of the, let's just, kill the guy or anything like that. But Michael, has figured out how to deal with him, and he, works with everything and makes things work. Teabag is now the problem, basically the problem child of this little escape, the escape route. So how many people do we got on this escape? 5? Yeah, I guess 5. Michael, Lincoln, Sucre, John, and Teabag. I guess that's 5. 5 people that are going to be escaping. So, yeah. This was a crazy 2-parter. This was really, really good. And, you kind of sit here and think, oh, man, what's so big that they have to make it a two-parter, but this riot definitely deserved it. And I know this is the only specific part 1 and part 2 of the show, because you guys know me. I schedule out basically all the shows that I watch. I keep a schedule of all the shows, so I fill in all the episode titles and stuff. And I noticed that this is the only specific part 1, part 2 of the show. So definitely deserved to be 2 episodes long, like with everything that happened. Like this was a big thing that happened. So where we go next, I have no idea, but I am very curious for it. So yeah, that is basically it. With all that being said, I'm Alex from 7th Hour Films, and I will see you guys next time. Take care. Alright guys, thanks for watching this video. If you want to watch more of my Prison Break reactions, you can click on the playlist, you can subscribe if you haven't done that already, and be sure you hit the notification bell. You can support me on Patreon and follow me on social media, links below in the description. See you guys later.